Urshifu Pokemon not only gets through Gojo's Infinity, but potentially beats him. Okay, so while playing VGC with this stupid bear that I hate and killing a full HP mon, through Protect, I actually read the wording of his ability. Unseen Fist. If the Pokemon uses moves that make direct contact, it can attack the target even if the target protects itself. Now with the wording, I think there's a serious argument that Urshifu could just punch through Infinity. Now let me start by prefacing, yes, Infinity isn't a wall, like Protect it's an infinite space that blah, 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 but in Pokemon there exists another protection type move known as Detect, where instead of putting up a barrier or something, it enables the user to evade all attacks. Unseen Fist goes through that as well, so this establishes that it goes through any form of protection, so not just barriers, etc. As long as a target tries to use something to protect itself, Urshifu's contact moves will land. Infinity is objectively a form of protection that Gojo uses. So it stands to believe that if Urshifu went to punch Gojo with his fist, it would simply bypass Infinity and hit Gojo. Okay, so we get past Infinity. That's not an auto win, you still have to beat the rest of Gojo now. Pokemon has some ridiculously stupid. Urshifu just scales higher due to chain scaling from one-shotting Regis, but that's mainly by looking at Urshifu's typing. Urshifu has two forms, Single Strike Dark Fighting and Rapid Strike Water Fighting. The images are specifically of Single Strike, as his typing is what I'd argue is a counter to Curse energy as a whole. Now here we'll be going into more assumption territory. What Pokemon type would cursed energy attacks be? My first thought is Psychic, as it's a form of spiritual energy that leaks from humans as a result of their negative emotions. Sounds awfully psychic. To me, there are a few moves relating to the mind and just general psychic Pokemon that touch in that as well. My other thought was Ghost typing because, well, cursed energy is associated with negative emotions, which is also directly associated with the Ghost typing and Ghost Pokemon in general. This is why I think Urshifu Dark is better suited, as Dark types are immune resistant to Psychic, and Ghost moves respectfully while also being super effective in return. Now, do all Curse techniques share that same typing? I will say most likely no. Jogo is very clearly using Bird type moves, Hanami uses Grass type, Urome Ice types, etc. And like there are moves in Pokemon that change depending on the user. Terra Blast changes depending on what type the Pokemon is when he terastallizes Revelation. Dance works the same way, but directly with primary typing Ivy. Cudgel changes depending on what mask Ogerpon is wearing. These moves have a base typing but change depending on the user. So while basic attacks like a Cursed Energy infused punch may be that base type of Psychic or Ghost applications of the technique would change type. This is a real roundabout way to ask the question, what typing would we give to Gojo's Limitless kit? And honestly, no fucking clue. Shockingly enough, there aren't many moves like it in Pokemon. I guess Palkia does exist and does manipulate space, but the only move I can think of where that applies is Spatial Rend, but as instead Palkia tears the target along with the space around it, so not Dragon type. The closest things I can associate to the manipulation of space are field effect moves like Trick Room or Wonder Room, and they are both Psychic type moves. Gravity, a move which we could loosely apply to stuff like Blue, is a Psychic type move. Teleport, which can be associated with Gojo's long-range teleportation. Not exactly, but is a Psychic type move. Basically, the best argument is that most of Gojo's Limitless kit could be associated with the Psychic type. I think anything else would be a stretch, or we'd be inventing a new type, which no. All this to go back to the previous typing point. Dark is immune to Psychic moves, so theoretically, Urshifu Dark would just be immune to most of his kit. Even Unlimited Void sounds a lot like a Psychic type attack attacking the mind and all. That the only real option is hand-to-hand, and he wouldn't even be able to use Blue to boost his punches, or the attacks would change. Types, look at Ice Punch Thunder, Punch and Fire Punch. Okay, but let's give Gojo something. Let's say that Purple is not Psychic, but is the type. This removes any immunity and lets him hit the bear for neutral damage. Well, Urshifu learns Protect, which enables the user to protect itself from all attacks aside from Urshifu, of course. Even if you want to make the argument that Hollow Purple should be given the Z move treatment and have it break through Protect, then it would only deal 25 of the original damage, and Urshifu's Gigantamax form the second, that's without considering Image that doubles his HP and gives him access to new moves, including Max Guard, which would not allow any breaking through in Gen 8 Dynamax. G-Max moves work similarly to Z moves, where it would break through, protect, and deal 25 damage. Max Guard completely blocks moves, so it sets the precedent that it would do the same for Z moves, although both mechanics have yet to interact with each other in any mainline game. So ATLDR. Urshifu's ability lets him bypass Infinity. Urshifu Dark's typing would let him resist, be immune to most of Gojo's kit, and hit him for super effective damage back. Even if he has a way through, Urshifu's own defensive moves aren't bypassed by Gojo. Edit completely forgot that Urshifu's signature moves, Wicked Blow Surging Strikes, always crits, which bypasses any defense buffs an opponent may have, which means it probably bypasses Cursed Energy Reinforcements. Another win con.